you all to Boston Common this morning. This here is the British Garrison. These troops represent the sort of troops that would have come to America during the American Revolution. Most of the companies represented here actually are troops that fought in this vicinity, the only exception being mainly the regiment I belong to, which is the 1st Regiment of Foot Guards. They didn't come to America until August of 1776, and they landed in New York. And they captured the city of New York, along with most of the other troops here after they were evacuated from Boston in March of 1776. They were reorganized in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and then transported down to New York City by ships. The Royal Navy was the largest navy in the world, and the British were able to transport their army to any part of America they wanted to. What you just saw here was a formation that would be held by the British in the morning. The sergeants would conduct the inspection of the men and the roll call to find out how big the battalion was. Any men were detailed for different duty. There would be a parade for guard duty where they set the guards for the camp or other assignments for the day. The officers did not usually participate in this kind of parade. At 11 o'clock, again here, we're going to have another parade, and you'll see the officers as well. And they'll be carrying the colors, and there'll be more of the music moving around. It's quite a spectacle, actually. If you've ever been to London, you may have seen the guards at Buckingham Palace, and that same sort of tradition that is conducted today originated back in the 18th century. Whether the sort of color ceremony that you're going to see was actually done during the Revolutionary War is highly debated. We don't really know if it was done at all. But for the purposes of letting you see the sort of pageantry that the British Army conducted, we're going to do one for you. These individuals here are representative of the 1st Regiment of Foot Guards. We have men in the battalion company and also in the Grenadier Company. This here is a match case. The match case is a symbol for the Grenadiers. Also, the other device he's wearing here on his cap is a grenade bomb, which is also a badge for the Grenadier Company. In a battalion of line infantry, you'd have 8 center companies, which would be made up of hat men like these. And then you'd have, on the right-hand side of the battalion, 1 Grenadier Company with men like him. And on the left-hand side, you'd have the small, quick, and agile men of the light infantry. This gentleman happens to be a member of the King's Own Light Infantry, the 4th Regiment of Foot. They also served in America, not only here in Boston, but throughout the campaigns until they were finally drafted and brought off to the Caribbean in 78, I believe. And that the reason for that, because in 1778, the French entered the war as an ally to the United States, or what would become the United States. And when the French entered, they threatened the islands down in the Caribbean. So the British had to divert troops from America down to the Caribbean and other parts of the empire to protect them against the French. The French were more of a threat than the Americans were.